What's up, guys? My name is Matthew Utter. I'm the head brewer here at High Grain Brewing Company, as well as one of the founders. We're here talking about Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. During the 18th century, there was a mass immigration from the Austria, southern Germany, and Swiss area to Mexico during the Maximilian I emperor down there. And when they all got there, they realized there wasn't a beer style that they really approved of. They were making beer in Mexico, but they didn't really approve of those styles, so they decided to bring in a Mexican or a Vienna lager style beer. Little did they know they didn't have enough malt, enough grain to make it, so they introduced corn. When they introduced corn, it gave it a little bit more sweetness, and that is how the Mexican lager evolved. So, a gentleman named Santiago Graf, amongst other immigrants to Mexico, did different variants of Vienna lagers in Mexico with corn, and created the Mexican lager. The name Graf for our Mexican lager comes from the immigrant Santiago Graf. He immigrated from Switzerland, which is close to Austria, obviously, and they all in that region drink the Vienna lager. So when the Swiss, the Austrians, and the Southern Germans immigrated to Mexico, they wanted to drink what they were comfortable with. And what they were comfortable with was that style of beer. When they got there, obviously there wasn't the malt and the hops available that were available in Central Europe, so they had to import those, and that was expensive. So as they did that, they realized we could supplement with a local ingredient that is abundant, which is corn. So they took maize and supplemented a lot of the malt that they didn't need to import to that beer in order to create something that they enjoyed. And there have we now the Mexican lager. Very traditional style beer. I like to brew traditional style beers here at High Grain. I learned in Germany for about 10 years. I worked there for a little while after that. In that time, I learned, to perfect my passion of making pilsners and hefeweizens and Vienna lagers and dunkels and these. And one of those styles that I love to brew is the Mexican lager because of its slight sweetness of the corn that's involved in this process of making this style of beer. Very traditional lager fermentation goes along with that as well. We're looking at a 4 to 5 week beer total with fermentation as well as lager time. That's kind of one of our staples here at High Grain, and it will be. Shortly we're going to have both Mexican lager as well as Mexican lime lager, which we add fresh squeezed lime juice to the fermentation process and allow it to go through the process along with the beer fermentation to make sure we have a stable product for the shelves when we can it. That'll be available, I'd say, early mid-June for the entire duration of the summer to get it in any stores around town. The brightness of this beer, the light, crisp quality of this beer, with the slight sweetness from the maize that I add to the beer during the mashing, allows this beer to be enjoyed by a large demographic, whether you're a craft beer aficionado or just somebody who likes to have a nice, easy drinking beer for your patio or for my beer garden or wherever. That allows it to be super drinkable. Like I said earlier, we have a lime variant of this where we use fresh squeezed limes, which gives it a little bit more of a tart, refreshing quality to it, as if you would be squeezing a lime into a beer of Mexican beer that you would know, be it Modelo or Dos Equis or Corona. You know, you always squeeze a fresh lime into those. We add it to the beer during the fermentation process so that you can just crack open a can of high grain Mexican lager with lime without having to worry about addition of a lime. So if you're here at High Grain and you're wanting to enjoy a Mexican lager with lime, perhaps a salted rim, we do have some fantastic fish tacos that Chef Lee has created over the past couple of months since we've been open, in addition to our al pastor wonton quesadilla, or any other Mexican dish that you'd like to create at home when you take our Mexican lager with lime home from your local carryout. Here at High Grain, we also do a raspberry sour. We have a strawberry lime sour that will be debuting here in about 3 weeks. It'll be in 16-ounce cans. That, I think, would also pair extremely well with certain fruits and certain party fairs that people really love during Cinco de Mayo. However, if you're on the spicy side of things, like I am and a lot of my friends are, we'll go ahead and throw in a nice hazy double IPA, because in my opinion, a double IPA with the amount of hops, the amount of the flavor profile that you get from the hops from a double IPA, to pair with some spicy enchiladas or whatnot. If it is a rainy Cinco de Mayo, which we hope it's not, and you're looking for a nice hearty enchilada meal, grab an 8% double IPA, hazy double IPA from High Grain to pair with that. So as you're enjoying your Mexican lager at home, on the patio, at the beach, on the playa in Mexico, and you're out, just grab another. And if you don't have any more, we have plenty here at High Grain. Cheers.